Thank you for coming today. We are just representing the African community in terms of as our organization, which is International Development Foundation. And this is a community conversation. And these are the present issues affecting everybody in the local community, especially those people from the grassroots that we could not reach. Being present today, you'll be able to cascade whatever the issue we discussed today to other people so that they will know we are not leaving them behind. And so that if there's any support we can do, they'll be able to offer them. So first of all, I welcome Patricia, Tunde, Abe, and Tariq. So other people will join us later. We are expecting more than this, but we'll see how it goes. So what we are going to talk about today is the impact of coronavirus, especially the new variant. Especially the new variant, which is spreading like a wildfire. And some people don't even believe, they are still hanging on to this conspiracy theory that if you get the vaccine, there's a chip that you will be in it. So we just want to tell them that's a farce. So, but we see how it goes. Secondly, I'd like to explain to you that there's going to be a second virtual briefing session on the COVID-19 vaccination. So this information comes from the Nottingham and Nottinghamshire CCG engagement team. What the CCG stands for is a clinical commission group. That's from the NHS. So they want all the community leaders or who are the head of their organization to participate in this discussion session on Tuesday, 12th. It's just 1 hour discussion about the vaccination. And on top of that, they are advising people not to, because there's some link that's been sending out on the Facebook, on any other social media, they are advising that we should not follow the link. You should wait until you receive the letter from the NHS and follow what is being written there on the letter. I don't start phoning or going to NIE or phoning your surgery or GP. You receive the letter first and follow whatever is in there. So, and if you want to participate, let me know, then I can send you the link. Because you got to register through webinar, and then they will send the information to you, then you can join at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Personally, how everybody feeling within your own local community, in fact, about this COVID?
Yeah, it's a bit traumatic. People, it's frightening, but we've been in it for a while, and we just go by the way it's coming now.
Okay. From your own past experience and your own professional experience, what do you think might be the right way to advise our own community, especially those people who doesn't believe the coronavirus is real?
I think with my experience, I think the best way to advise is just to keep talking, because sometimes there's so many propaganda on the different platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, and the problem we're having as from Africa is sometimes one person can copy everyone on his phone and just send those propaganda to them without verifying it. Because I know I'm on different platforms. The university I graduated from, they have lawyers in my group, and you just see a lot of things popping up. But I've done my best to educate these people, because there was one of the politicians that came out and said he had information that everyone that had the vaccine, a lot of them died 3 days after. And I told them, I said, I've had this vaccine, I've had the Pfizer vaccine since on the 20th of December. and there's is no, you only get something like maybe anaphylactic shock if you are allergic to things. That's why they said you spend like 15 minutes in the hospital, in the environment where you've had it. And it's not every case. So, but what I realize is our people are really losing out. Even the people in the medical field. I saw a nurse, I asked, have you taken your vaccine? He said, I refused it the first time, but now I've really opted in. But now, once he opted in, the vaccine, they couldn't accommodate her for them. So they gave her a very later date. And I was speaking to a lady this morning that works with COVID patients. She's from Zimbabwe. And she's a nurse. We went to unit together. I did ask her, I said, have you had the vaccine? He said, no, I'm not. You can hear there's a lot of side effects. People are collapsing. He said, what about you? I said, I've had it. He said, you know, I think our people need to be, even the educated, the ones we think they are lighting, they are not, there's so many propaganda out there, both in the US, both in Africa, both here, that our people are buying into. Sorry, I'm taking a bit of time.
No, carry on. Take your time, and we need your experience and we need your advice, because you are in it. You are in the front line worker. You've seen what is happening around you. But people like yourself will help us to be able to channel whatever information we need to put into the community so that I can reach them. If need be, we need to get into churches so that we'll be able to send us information that this thing is real. We need to look after ourselves. But like we are saying, if, for instance, God forbid, you have COVID now, you get to a COVID center, or they send you to COVID hub, who are they going to look after first?
Yeah,
they will prioritize.
Yeah, I think they are prioritizing with age. But the issue of the vaccine, the government is trying to do as much as they can at the moment. So if our people are refusing the vaccine and they're giving it to people that needs it, because my department, I work in urology, and there's a lot of them in the department, the nurses there. I think they're about 90-something% white. Then we have just one or two, three Asians there. And all these people, I'm telling you, they all had the vaccine. Immediately, I was just wondering, I was asking them, when are you having? I just had mine. And a lot of them has booked for their vaccine because they don't get a lot of propaganda like we do, because they don't just send things to their WhatsApp like we do back home. Somebody will be sending you from Africa. Your friends in US are sending your friends. When I had it, my friends in Sweden heard about it, and they were calling me to see if I'm still alive. And, you know, so I think we need to really talk to our people, because I work in intensive care. I've been redeployed there a few times, and you see COVID, the side effects of any vaccine is not going to be as deadly as COVID itself.
That's true.
I've nursed some few people, even black. I've nursed a Jamaican man that was in the hospital for intensive care for over 6 weeks. And he was eventually transferred from Nottingham to Lincoln. He couldn't breathe on his own. And he told us he's in his 50s. He's an IT consultant. And he said he was very fit before then. He rides bike every day to work. So COVID is a very deadly thing. Sometimes people have it mild, but you don't know who is going to have it the other way.
That's true.
And sometimes the first time you have it, it might be mild. The second one might not be mild. My wife's a friend that had it, and the second one was not friendly. Had it twice. So I think we should because if actually you watch the news every day, that's what I think. If I was not involved at all, I think I might be thinking, is this real? Is it real? But when you have been on the front line and you have nursed people that have COVID, I think you know it's no. Because I did ask a lot of the critical care doctors, the ICU doctors that I work with, some Nigerians. I did ask them, "Are you having the vaccine?" He said, brother, he said they've offered him, but his own was 11th then. He said he want to move it forward because he want to bring it backward. He said because COVID is really killing. So I think for now, that's what I've got to say for now.
I think just to support what you are saying, you know, the people involved in this propaganda, the worst thing is they have followers, mostly on the Facebook. And when you see the numbers of people following them, it makes you wonder. For example, somebody sent something to me on today is Sunday. That was on Thursday. It's like somebody went to the hospital showing the emergency department that there is nobody there, going around the hospital, taking the picture. Then I said to the person that I'm not so sure whether this hospital is still in use because there's nobody here. And even if there's anybody there, it might have been okay with the situation of things. They reduce the numbers of people that can sit even around this place. But the way he presented it, the way she presented this thing, it's like, oh, they are only telling us lies. And I said to her, I said, look, I've got people who worked in the hospital. They are telling me the truth. They're not going to gain anything by telling me lies. That this thing is really real. And I think what we need to do, maybe this meeting is a bit close. So we probably need to do one more whereby people will be able to invite more people so that and when we finish this meeting, send the thing out to let them know. And concerning the vaccine itself, to encourage people to take the vaccine. I think people like you and those people, maybe if we can even have more people that are involved in this field to come and talk to us, because it's frightening. It is frightening to see the attitude of our people. And some of them will be telling you, take a lot of pepper, take a lot of alcohol, alligator pepper, wash it down with and I said, this is crazy. So
and the funny thing is, if somebody has been admitted in the COVID ward and comes back, survive, it's very difficult not to come back with underlying health condition like type 1 diabetes, respiratory failure, and other various, the person might even be on oxygen for life. So it's that bad. I was nursing a patient and the consultant came to me and because it's still a new thing. He said, what is it? Is there anything you think we can do to help this man? That's a consultant that has been a critical care, a doctor that has been in his field a long time. He's been in that field a long time. But everybody's just doing like trial and error. So I believe if there's anything we can avoid, wearing of mask, washing of hands, if there's no need, you don't have any business outside, just stay at home.
Don't go out.
Yes, if they say stay at home, at least. Yeah, I've been on annual leave since the 31st of December. I'm going back this next week. And I'm frightened to go back because it's so... If you see the way we dress, we wear respirator and everything. And you can see decontaminate yourself.
That's true.
So, yeah, and we sit down sometimes to discuss, even we on the front line. You see everybody is scared, but we don't have option.
Okay.
You see doctors are crying because they are stressed.
That's okay. Tariq.
Yep.
Have you got anything to ask or to add from your own perspective, from your own community? What have you noticed among your people?
Actually, the African community in general needs awareness of the danger of this virus, because, most of the people, they following the social media, and there is a lots of information, wrong information passed through this social media. And the problem that the people believe in it. And even about the vaccines, they didn't like to take it because they have a wrong information, wrong idea about this uh, these vaccines and their effect. They they didn't aware about the dangers of this virus and how can spread with this way. It's by very fast, and the dangers that can be uh, caused by this virus. And this is a very big problem, actually. The people didn't awareness about this virus. They didn't believe in even until they infected, and then can see. And this is a very big problem for most of the community, especially in Africa. And I totally agree with what Tony and other guy says about
Okay.
this,
Okay.
this
If we ask you, from your own point of view, how do we drive the message to your own community? I mean, the Libyan community.
Yeah.
Because we can't write anything in English to get there. Is there any other way you can help us whereby to translate the government guidelines to the Arabic version that the Libyan will read and be able to cascade it within that your community? Would that be helpful?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is a very good point. We can start with it to make all the Libyan community or Arabic community, they need to contact them by any way, any other, any
media.
you can pass this information to all the community by any way, by social media or by contact them directly. And even some of them, they have problem with the translation. You can just talk him, maybe when you talk to them in Arabic and give him some examples, life examples.
Okay.
And it will be very helpful for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor.
So, yeah, sorry, I joined late. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be 5 o'clock. Anyway,
all right, no problem.
Yes, the issue of this vaccine, I think eventually everybody will have it. I think they're only trying to see. They're only taking their people are just taking their time to see the side effects, to see how grievous the side effects is going to be. I think people are just taking their time because I don't think there's any other way out of this thing. Yeah, I was reading something written by an American doctor this way that this thing is going to be with us for a very long time. It's going to be with us for a very long time. So I think people should start responding to the vaccine. And good enough, if we browse the internet often, there are some other things coming up now that you can use to either delay or so. There's a NASA spray now that I was reading it during the week, which you can use, which can probably prevent you for some few days, few hours. Then there are some medication that I was reading. I was sharing it with my wife yesterday. It cost you about £20,000 to get antibiotics, anti-inflammatory, anticoagulant, all those things. So if all these things are coming up, I think we should let our people be aware, whether it is true, whether it is not, but because you don't know where you can get your salvation from. But for the vaccine, I know that everybody will have the vaccine. I think people are just taking their time. They are trying to look at what the side effects is going to be like. I was reading this morning, the Queen and her husband already they've had
You've had it.
Yeah, they've had it. And if elderly people are taking it and nothing is, we know that the body system is different from one person to the other. But we need to encourage our people, especially those who have underlying health issues. If they are the frontline health workers, let them go and take it with belief, not with doubt. If they start doubting, that's when there'll be problem. And then those of us who are not in any of the categories, I think we should wait until this last time, because having COVID is next to yeah. I'm talking from experience. I had it, and then I got to hell, and just that the devil did not help for me. But if people want to know how it is, the person should come and ask me how it is. So I think it's real.
And now we assume those are still the mild one compared to people that are down with respiratory issue in the hospital.
Yes, yes. And because of that, I've been grounded. I've been on lockdown. This is the second time I'm being locked down. I was still at home in March till June. Now I've been at home for almost 4 weeks again now. With this new wave, I don't know how soon we'll be allowed to go. So I think people should really know that. Look at the old town; it's like a ghost town. No interaction. Nobody's going anywhere. You are scared of the next door neighbor visiting you and all those. That's not the type of life. But again, the other side of it is that, because I was reading on the government website this morning that even after you have taken the vaccine, it is not guaranteed that you will not have it. It can only protect you for a while. Yes, so
minimize the risk or the spread of infection.
Yes, I think with the Pfizer, I read about the trial. They said people that had it, after they had the vaccine, there was no fatality. So we are not saying it's 100%, but still at the end of the day, we need to prevent things. That's what we are talking about.
I think if we maybe next time, if you can have somebody who possibly their profession can inform of us the content, the what this vaccine is all about. Because one of the things they are telling us is the vaccine is going to change our DNA.
That's conspiracy.
so that it's going to change our DNA, and wherever we are going, people will be able to trace you, do this and all that. If you are able to maybe get somebody who can really explain that to us. So that
there was a publication regarding that on the BBC.
Okay.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
After the meeting, then you forward it to everybody.
Okay.
There was regarding the DNA, change of DNA and all. Yeah, there was a publication.
Because the way they are telling people, oh, you become this, and this is just
okay. If I can, my take on that, from my own experience and knowledge, even though they say it's going to convert into chip, how could that liquid vial turn into chip? There's no mercury in it. For you to trace it that you're going to have that kind of thing, there will be some substances or chemicals that will reflect, that resemble mercury, that when you inject it, it will come into something like that. And I think some people might have been bought, or they get gratification from sending out wrong information about your DNA is going to be affected. And I say this, Even though they're going to make use of my DNA, how long do I have to live? How long do I have at my age? So what's relevant with that DNA do for the government?
That's it.
It's already dormant. So I'm no longer younger. So why do I have to be listening to that kind of thing? And when you now tell them, somebody rang me the other day from a Caribbean community that the end of time is near. So it's not going to take the vaccine. I listened. So when she finished and I told her I had COVID, she went quiet. I said, if they offer me now, I'm going to take it. I said, forget it. You are over 60. He said, yes. You got granddaughter? I said, yes. Tell me, have you got another country to go and live? He said, no. If you have COVID now, you've got underlying health condition. I said, I don't think you can going to survive it, depending if it is dense. But if it's light, it might batter you a little bit. You might get out. But if it is dense, you don't have any chance. I said, even though you are going to spend 3 years on heart, don't you want to live it with a peace? I said, COVID is not the right way to go. So change your mind. Ever since then, she has not rang me. See? So everybody has got the way they want to listen or not. It's up to them. Patricia, anything to share with us?
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As we've been hearing and about the COVID-19 and the situation around it and the vaccine, we all know that this is the problem and it's a challenging one. It's bringing trauma and a lot of anxiety to many people. And then, in fact, so many people's mental health has been disrupted due to COVID-19. It's affecting people's well-being and it's bringing mental worries to people. And one of those things that is actually bringing mental worries to people is what we are discussing now about the COVID-19 vaccine. And the challenges that people are having or the problems that people are having about this vaccine is that it has been developed rapidly, too soon. And then according to a medical doctor that we invited to speak during the seminar last 2 weeks, the doctor said, not that this vaccine has been developed rapidly, that it's been ongoing because this COVID-19 is being predicted. And they've been working on it. And then so it's like it's been kept as an appendix. And when the disease actually came up, they knew what exactly the type of vaccine to bring out for it. And that for the safety of the vaccine, as of now, the vaccine is safe. And then people are advised to take the vaccine. And when people ask for the long-term effect of this vaccine, and then the doctor said he cannot say the long-term effect that the vaccine will have on anyone because common paracetamol has its own side effect. There is no medication that we take that does not have its own side effect. Talk less of a vaccine that is being taken out of virus to inject in someone's body. But as of now, what we need to do is take what is available to us to prevent us from getting this disease. Because whatever is going to happen in the next 10 or 20 years, nobody can say. But we have to act according to what is being provided for us immediately. So that's just my own short thing that I want to contribute.
Okay, thank you. Izara? Izara?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good evening.
okay. You want to hear your view?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. My own view is that we as community workers should be able to tell people about this vaccine instead of discouraging them, because there's a lot of things going on that people are saying about this vaccine. And I've known a lot of people that have taken this vaccine. Nothing has happened to them. They're still working. And there's no way this country will bring something that will kill anybody. It's impossible. Some people are saying they have different ones. They will have some for blacks, they have some for this, which is very, very wrong, which is not, yeah, which we shouldn't accept. Yeah, we should let people know that COVID-19 is real, and this is something that is available for us.
So
And
if they
again,
kill us, I wonder who they're going to rule.
Yeah, well, it's not
so
going to
that's
happen
my
that
own
way.
bit of contribution. We should let people
Okay.
know that this is real and this is what for us to take at the moment to sort
Okay.
it out. So,
Now, what do you think? What do you think we can do to improve the reach of to cascade this information to our community? I know it's
yeah.
hard. What do you think we can do in terms of support that is available or to offer to them?
Yeah, we should keep on telling people about it, like the way we are doing now, passing information to people, doing Zoom meetings, getting information across to people in the online that as we have been doing. So that's my contribution.
Okay. As you can see, since the start of COVID, city council staff have never been back to the office. That's an indication that how serious the situation is. Since March, we have locked down first of they have never been back. And if people are now telling you, the government says stay at home, social distance, wear mask, and people are not wearing it. What do you think we can do? We can't enforce it. They don't want to do it. The best we can do is how we provide to protect our own vulnerable. We got the aged community among us, and those are the ones that they might be very, very, very at risk. Even some of us, no matter how active you are, you might be fit. The statistics have shown that those who are even fit are fitter. When they get COVID, it battered them even more than those people who are not even fit.
Because you know, because you knew the person is coming to is strong.
Yes.
So he will come
So
with force.
that it has got no consideration for anyone. It's a common enemy, and you don't know when it's going to come. So though we cannot wear mask for 24 hours, but we don't know when. You need to take it off one time or one point in time, either to drink or to eat. But that point in time, it might be the time that it's going to come in. So we've got to have to be prepared and protect ourselves. So, and there are support mechanisms available. If someone wants to get in touch or maybe they need support from us, so we should be able, they should be able to reach us. So maybe if you have a common agreement, you might be able to put one telephone line down so that if they need help, you can reach us on this. So whichever community where they come from, then we can signpost them where they can get support or help. So I think maybe that might be useful if we all agree to have that, and then we think we can have one common telephone line that they can read so that they can get support they needed. So I leave it for everybody to pass their own comment.
I think it's a good idea. I think because passing the right information in the right time is very important. The people needs to aware about these vaccines and this virus and the improvement of the society during this time is very important. Because lots of wrong information has been passed even by politicals and people which conflicting uh, the people and make them they didn't know what's the right and what's the wrong. Lots of information has been passed to the media and that even in the TV, even the political people they saying something that the second day they said the opposite thing and the third time they said something else, and this is make all the people they didn't know the right information that can follow and we need to overcome this problem, because all the people, the most important thing is for them to to get the right information and in the right time, because nobody knows that believe that this vaccine or this is the right thing or the right possible thing that it's going on. Even some doctors come in the media and say something and introduce themselves that he is a professor in the same area and he professional and he passing lots of wrong information. After the people who can believe these people or that one, this one or that one. This is we need to correct the information and pass uh, the right things to them as soon as possible and with the shortest way. We use the shortest way. It should be online
Okay.
by emails, by writing leaflets to them, by contact them directly. Lots of or by do a special website and invite them to go to this website to and put some right videos or something like this. But the people they need to understand the the benefit of taking the vaccines as soon as possible and follow the instructions from the government. This is a very important issue, I think.
Okay. Thank you. If I can ask you, you know your community well than us. You know who are more vulnerable in your community.
Yeah.
Will you be prepared to have a list of your own people that might need our help or support so that you be the one to be in the forefront to assist them
Yeah.
so that they can get the help they need? Will you be able to compile or speak to them that if they need help, you are here to assist? But without having that from you, it's very difficult to reach them. We can only reach them through you if you are prepared to work with us.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing with, I know that many of us here, we sort of have our own group that we sort of deal with. And I think reaching those people, not many of those members in that group will probably come to a platform like this. But if we have a means of maybe passing even this meeting to them, like if it's on the WhatsApp or something like that, I don't know whether what we are recording here is possible, whether it's possible to maybe transfer it on maybe WhatsApp or on the Facebook for them to probably listen to. And maybe even when we have another meeting, when we'll have maybe people with more information, people with professional qualification to maybe break down many of the things that we're discussing as a novice here, we can put that one on it as well. But I think as many as we can spread it out to the people we can reach, either with just ordinary phone or with maybe Facebook and things like that. I think that'll be better.
Any other suggestion?
Yeah, I was thinking the conveners of this meeting, if they can liaise with different community groups, like even the churches.
Okay.
I think it's very easy to pass messages from churches down to their members.
All
if
right.
we can reach out to the African churches, which we know we have, I think, quite a few of them in the society, and the Caribbean churches, to be able to liaise and work with the group or maybe with the government instruction as well.
So one thing is we cannot fault the government as far as passing on this information is concerned. They try so much, but when they come to getting to the community level, there is little they can they can do. So it is up to us as this. And then when you think about it, many communities seem to have their own view. Even when government is saying something, once they get to their own corner of the room, they have a different idea. And that idea is entrenched to the point that the government information doesn't really have much impact on their view. So the just like Biodun said, the job is on our hand. We need to do more.
Okay. With translation of a government policy or guidelines, will it be helpful? Although we've done one, we've done two of them, the Igbo language and the Yoruba language.
You know,
Tariq will help us to do the one translation in Arabic,
Yeah,
African Arabic,
that would
not
be
Arabic in general.
yeah, and I think I need to say something even about that.
Okay.
Whatever we translate or whatever information we've got, I think it would be better if you can pass it across much on the social media, because
Okay.
people don't even want to take leaflet from you nowadays.
exactly.
It's like, I don't know where it's coming from. You understand me?
Yeah.
And so we need to bear that in mind. Whatever we translate, we can always put it on the social media, on WhatsApp or anything, and then push it out. So,
Okay.
and then we can have just a bit, either in the shops where we know they visit, and then they can take it from there.
Excuse me.
Yes, Tariq.
Yeah, just I would like to say something from my experience that we need to pass this information in with an intelligent way. People
Okay.
today, they didn't like to read a lot of things. They didn't like to listen to long video, long conversation.
Yeah.
Long, they didn't. We need to find a, a right way to pass this information with intelligent way, with shorting passing messages or short videos. Just concentrate about one point. Just we need
Even 1 minute maximum. Yeah.
also we need a trusty people who can your community can trust in them when they talking or do something, and in a professional way, doing, for example, a meeting with a doctor professional in same area, but just focus on one point each time. Don't talk too much about all the things in one time in one video, a long one. All the people, they just take maybe 2 3 minutes, 4 minutes, then they will change it immediately and go for another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of
Whatever
that
information
attention.
it is shouldn't
But
be more than 1 minute, 60
Yeah.
passing this
seconds.
information with
That's true.
intelligent manner is very important,
Okay.
and with the trusty people.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get there. Maybe when we meet, maybe next week again, and
Yeah.
then we can see the way we could do
Yeah,
that.
that's fine, yeah.
Perhaps if you can do a clip in Arabic,
Yeah.
and then we find someone to do in another language, one clip, not more than 1 minute.
Yeah.
The key information that I want to pass out.
Exactly.
Everything's about safety.
It could be just like ask question and answer. Even one question and the answer, it should be in one video or one link and send it.
Okay.
Don't mix everything. Just the people, when they trust in the first and the second one, they will follow the others.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Any other contribution or suggestion or anything you want to bring to our notice so that we deliberate on it? Yeah. Biodun?
Sir?
Yeah.
I think what we have discussed, if we like our brother said, we should make it very brief.
Yeah.
If we're talking about vaccine, we should just go straight to it. And then if it's about the government guideline, which is always on the TV,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think one of the major problems we are having at the moment is our people being left out when it comes to things like vaccine. Because of propaganda, they are not coming into it. Because at the moment, we have not been offered. A lot of people have not been offered. It's only the frontline staff and some few. Because so that when they get offered, a lot of them will not refuse it, because the government has said it. I think it was yesterday I heard it on the news that it's not mandatory. They're not going to force anybody to take it.
And that's actually alarming.
Yes.
It is alarming.
It's not alarming. This is what you call this a free country.
Yeah.
So you can't force it. Even the moment you start forcing it on them, you are just confirming what they are saying. That what they want to do is change the DNA.
That's true. That's true.
So they have to make it free.
Okay. Do you think it would be helpful if we're able to get some hair time with the North TV and BBC Radio? Do you think anyone want to participate on that to raise the awareness?
Yeah, that shouldn't be much problem.
Okay, so it might be the area we can try and see to get gather the audience of people that they will listen. Otherwise, and it will be too late when they say they are not going to offer the vaccine again, and that's when people will be crying out. So we should try as much as possible to raise the awareness and push the information out there.
Sam, I have a suggestion. Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Can we talk to the BBC to give us, for example, 1 hour a week or something like this, which we can divide it in these 60 minutes? We can divide it in separate languages, about 3, 4, 5 languages.
Yeah, we can. Not that we cannot, but we have to book with them.
Yeah.
And what is going to be said, they want to vet it.
Exactly.
So then we might have to work on that and say, okay, this is what we are going to talk about. I can give you an example, like a time to talk day, which is about mental health. So we can do that under that banner. But if we say we are going to have it every week, we must be prepared to do that, not that we will be failing them.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody needs to have their time slots into it so that they can hear it. So when we have the agreement with them, then you can send the link to everybody and the time that is going to be here so that everybody will be prepared. And then there might be question time, question answering time. So they ask questions, then you'll be able to give them the...
Yeah, what we can do, because, the BBC is trusted from most of people. They trust from listening to BBC because it's, it's a famous...
radio.
Okay. And if we prepare a material and record it and in a professional way and different languages, and we can spread just the link or invite the people to listen to the radio with this frequency at a certain time, it will be in Arabic language or something like this. They encourage the people to listen to this small conversation, 10-15 minutes in our languages, for example, in Arabic or in other African language or in English or in French or whatever it is, just 10-15 minutes. They will be very happy to listen, I think, and they can grab the information that we would like to pass.
Okay. If you want, we can kickstart to try that one now with one of the community radio stations from FMB. Yeah. So if you want to approach it, we can start utilizing that. It's a community radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is.
So if Patricia wants to have something to say in terms of that on the community radio or Chisara, we can book the air time so that you can do that, so that they will hear what you want to say. At least we can try and start utilizing that community radio.
And it's a digital radio.
Yeah. So, any other Suggestion or
No.
no? Okay. I thank you for coming, and we value your opinion and your time. Then we do appreciate all your comments. So once we pass on this recording, and then I will send you the link so that you can listen to it and see where we can improve further from that.
And when next time we send the,
We will send it earlier.
you
Yeah,
can always spread it for people to join. So
join,
that
yeah.
because this is a community, this is what we call community conversation. We want more people to be aware of this, and they have the opportunity to join. They can contribute as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
all.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, then bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.